Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. Today we will be doing a prediction video of Pokemon Crystal with a playthrough with Sunkern and Sunflora. Sunkern is a seed Pokemon, Sunflora is a sun Pokemon. It is a stone evolution, so we got that going for us. But let's go and go over the stats of this Pokemon. Generation 2 does not fare well for grass types, so let's go and see how good or bad this Pokemon can be. Maybe it'll break the mold. It is seed Pokemon. Like I said, we evolved with the Sunstone. We'll get that around National Park. So about a third of the way through the game before the second gym. And we are a mono grass type. So as you scroll down here, one more thing I want to mention. We are in a medium slow growth rate. That does help us a little bit with speeding through the game. Usually that's the best growth rate for playthroughs. Here are the stats for this Pokemon. They are 30 across the board. 30 HP, 30 attack, 30 defense, 30 special attack, 30 special defense, and 30 speed for a grand total of 180. So that is our stat total. It's not very good. There's not like a glaring weakness here. This whole Pokemon is just very weak. It's not very strong at all. So we have to really have to be smart with our playthrough if we're going to get this through in a reasonable time. And now let's go over the weaknesses of this Pokemon. We have Flying, Poison, Bug, Fire, and Ice. Now here's why Grass type don't fare well in Generation 2. Is because the first gym is Flying, the second gym is Bug, the fourth gym is Ghost Poison, and then the sixth gym is Ice. So that is why this Pokemon, most grass types don't fare well in Generation 2. And so we have Flying type first gym. Second gym is actually Bug, and then there's a mixture of Bug Poison with some Pokemon and Bug Flying. So that's a 4 times resistance to our moves. So we have to, we've got a work cut out for us with this. And now let's go over the moves and see how good or bad the moves will be playing against these guys. We start off with Absorb, which is a 20 base power grass move, and it's Stab. So it is 30 base power, a little bit more powerful, 100% accurate. Growth will be the second move we start with, and this will up our attack stat special attack stat by 1 stage. And you can do it up to 6 times. So it's a good setup move, very good setup move. So if we can last in a battle, we can just get set up. We can sweep a lot of things that'll help us out early, give us a little bit better stats. And it's just a time consumption because it takes 6 turns to boost all the way up. We won't need that for a lot of fights, but some fights we absolutely need to be boosted up to 6 times. We also get access to Mega Drain at level 10, 40 base power, 100% accurate, 60 with Stab. It's a good move. The only downside with it's only 10 power points, so you end up having to heal a lot. Sunny Day does not make sense with this Pokemon. Well, so what Sunny Day does, it's a fire boosting move. It brings out the sunlight. And for grass types, it really doesn't affect all grass moves. It only affects one grass move, and that's Solar Beam. So we will get this long before we actually beat Bugsy, which is our second gym leader. So we'd have to hang on to this move at level 19 all the way until almost the Elite Four. That's when we can get the TM for Solar Beam. Now, we do get the TM Sunny Day, so if we want to do that, we can. It just doesn't make sense why this Pokemon has this move this early. We also have Synthesis, which will replenish our health. It's only 5 power points, not very useful. And then Giga Drain is the most powerful move this Pokemon can learn via level up, 60 base power, 100% accurate. With Stab, it's 90. And the problem with this move is we're not going to get this via level up. We can't get this till the post game. So we'd have to wait until we could learn this and then evolve and then have all those abysmal stats forever. Or we're going to evolve into Sunkern or Sunflora as soon as possible and get the boost in stats, but then this move goes away and we can't get it till the post game. So this is a very weird Pokemon. And what I mean by weird is the moves drastically change when you evolve. And I'll go over that right now, but I will in a second, but I'm going to go over the stats of this Pokemon. So like I said, Sunflora, it's a sun Pokemon. Level up rate doesn't change, we're still a grass type. But when we go over the stats, these change drastically. HP 75, attack is 75, defense is 55, special attack is 105, special defense is 85, and speed is 30 for a grand total of 425. So this gets a massive boost in its stats whenever we evolve. So HP and attack go up 2.5 times, so those are a big increase. Defense, not a huge increase, but it did go up to 55, so it's better than 30. Now, special attack is our bread and butter with this Pokemon, 105 base power. So now growth just makes a very powerful move much more powerful. Okay, so having a great 105 base stat total is amazing. The special defense 85 is not the greatest, but it's pretty good. And speed's still 30. It's abysmal. But having those boosts in stats it's very helpful. And what's going to be nice is when we do the optimized playthrough, we're going to start the game with that. So that's going to be very nice. So we go down. The weaknesses don't change. We just have more stats and a better way to deal with them. And here's the here's a level up moveset, I'm sorry, for Sunflora. So Sunflora, we don't get pound. We get pound if we were doing Sunflora like from the beginning, but we're going to evolve into Sunflora around over level 20, probably somewhere between 20 and 31. So if we were to start the game, we would have pound, which is, physical move. And so it's a little bit of diversity there, but we'd also get Razor Leaf at level 10 rather than Mega Drain. I don't know which one's better. Razor Leaf is more powerful. It's less accurate. Mega Drain replenishes your health. So it's a mixed bag there. And then Sunny Day has a little bit more utility because you will get Solar Beam eventually, but you have to wait, 27 levels before you can use it. So not the greatest there. Petal Dance level 31. Petal Dance is a good move. It just has some drawbacks. And you really just got to pick your poison with this. Like if you were to compare the Pokemon, what's better, Giga Drain or Petal Dance? Well, Giga Drain's less power, but it's more accurate and replenishes your health. And has less power points. But Petal Dance is 70 base power, 100% accurate, 20 power points. With Stab, it's 105. But the big drawback to this is after Petal Dance has run its course, you're confused. So that's what I don't like about it. But it is what it is. And that's what we're going to get access to rather than Giga Drain. And I think Petal Dance for a long-term playthrough is better. For a solo playthrough, it's better just because you have more power points, you don't have to heal as often. And then the last move is Solar Beam, which is very powerful. The problem with this move is we have to do setup. We're not super fast, so there's a lot of problems with this move late. So there is a strategy where you use Sunny Day and Solar Beam, and you can pretty much, if you use Growth as well, you pretty much can just set up to sweep. But it's a lot of things that have to coincide and work together for that setup to happen without you getting knocked out first. Alright, so that's what changes. The drastic moveset change. So when we do our optimized playthrough next week, we'll be running off of this moveset. So I am excited about that. It seems like it's going to be useful and it's going to work. So let's go ahead and look at the TM moveset, which it's the same TM moveset for both Pokemon. So that didn't change. But I just wanted to go over that. There's a drastic change in moveset with this Pokemon. It's very weird. I think I've only seen that with like one other Pokemon. And that is Execute to Executor in Generation 1. So Curse, Toxic we're not going to use. Sunny Day, Hidden Power will be used. It is going to be Hidden Power Ice. It's going to counter for a lot of things in this game. But it also will go off our special attack stats. So it's going to be super powerful. It's going to be super well used all the way to the end of the game. Sunny Day, like I said, we can get it via TM. If we're going to use it or not is the question. Sweet Scent, Snore, Hyper Beam, Protect, not going to use. Giga Drain will probably be used to replace Petal Dance in the late game. It's going to replenish our health. It's going to give us a lot of health back. It's going to be very useful. Petal Dance is way more useful up until probably about Misty's Gym. And then when we have access to Giga Drain, it's just better to have it. And then Endure, Frustration, not going to use. Solar Beam, like I said, it's a maybe use. I'm not sure yet. Return is definitely a staple move for every Pokemon. It's physical attack stat. It's 102 base power whenever it's maxed out. Now, like I said, grass types don't get stabbed, but it's still a good physical attack. There's no other good physical attacking move with this. We don't get headbutt with this Pokemon. Okay. Return, like I said, I already talked about that. Double Team, Swagger, Sleep Talk. Sludge Bomb is a move that I'm probably going to forego. We don't have enough on our moveset. So here's the thing about this Pokemon. We get Growth right away. So we have to hang on the Growth until the end of the game. So there's a move slot. So then we're looking at our other move sets. We're going to have Razor Leaf. So that's a move slot. We're going to have Hidden Power to counter a lot of weaknesses. That's a move slot. And we're going to have Return. So at this point in the game, we already got pretty much all the moves we're going to need. Sludge Bomb does go off our special, so that would be great. But I don't see a long-term utility for this because a lot of things aren't weak to Poison type. So I don't think it's going to be super useful. I can only think of one real battle, but we're going to have a way around it anyway. So I don't see a way that this is going to be useful. It's very powerful. I wish we were Poison type. It'd be much more useful, but we're not. So we're not going to use it. Rest is a move we'll probably use in the post game, and you'll see why when we do the playthrough. I think we're going to need to use that when we set up against Red, and we're going to have to set up and then rest and then try to sweep. And we're not having good speed, so that's not going to be helpful, but Rest, I think, will replenish all of our health when we set up on the Pikachu. That's the only thing I can think of. We have to set up on the Pikachu. Cut and Flash, not going to use. Attract, not going to use. So, that is our moveset. There is no extra moves with this Pokemon. I mean, obviously, we can get these other moves here, and I'm probably not going to go with these. I might actually do Mega Drain over Absorb. That actually wouldn't be a horrible option, because I can do that in the optimized playthrough. But that's an optimized playthrough. We'll talk about that one next week. But let's go back to the main slide. and we'll go and talk about why this Pokemon's going to struggle and how we're going to counter it. So first off, the first gym is Flying type. So we're going to have to overlevel to beat the Flying type gym. We'll be able to set up, we'll be able to hit growths. Pidgey, the first Pokemon that Faulkner has, does not have a Flying type move, so we do have some pretty good setup there. And then, as much as Pidgeotto can, we'll do a decent amount of damage with Gust. It's not going to do a lot of damage, and we should be able to beat Faulkner pretty easily. Okay, and we do have to go through Bellsprout Tower, which will be hectic, but we're resisted to all the moves. We're neutral against it. Actually, no, we are resisted to Grass type. Well, hold on, let me just double check that real quick before I say the wrong thing. I had it up, and let's go ahead and look at that real quick. It is important to know we are resisted to other grass moves, so water, electric, ground, and grass we are resisted to. So they're not going to do a lot of damage to us, which means they're probably resisted to us as well, but we can use growth, whereas Bellsprouts don't have growth. At least I don't think they have growth. So that's the first part of the game. So that'll take a while to grind. Now, grinding early is pretty easy. We have access to Geodudes, and we also have access to Poliwags. Poliwags give a little bit more experience yields, but I think the Geodudes respond a little more often than Poliwags. So that'll help us level up because we'll have a super effective move that'll pretty much one-shot whatever we come up against. And we'll always have high health because of that. So that'll be helpful early in the game. The second gym is going to be the problem. Because the second gym, like I said, we are facing... Bugsy has two Pokemon that are 4 times resistant to grass moves. Metapod is a bug type. It's not bug poison, so we can do pretty good against Metapod once we're fully set up. Kakuna, we probably won't even knock it out in one go because it is 4 times resistant. It's grass poison, or bug poison, I'm sorry. So it will resist our attacks. And then we have Scyther. So we're gonna have to get through the battle, and it's gonna be what I call an RNG based battle. This battle will have to be relied solely on luck. Okay, now that can happen because Bugsy will choose Scyther will choose Fury Cutter all the time because it shows up as super effective. Fury Cutter can miss. That's what we're gonna have to hope for because Fury Cutter is, really effective. It's 2 times effective, and it does double its damage output over time or every turn. So it can get really bad really quick, but if it gets some misses, that's going to be helpful for us. Now, that's also a battle that's going to be RNG based, so we have to rely on a lot of luck and overlevel to probably get through it successfully. We're also going to have to deal with our second rival. Our second rival has 3 Pokemon. All 3 of them are resisted to our attacks. Ghastly is Ghost Poison, so it's going to be resisted there. We have Zubat is Flying Poison, so that's resisted. And then the last Pokemon is Ace is going to be Cyndaquil, who is resisted because it's Fire type. So that's our early start problems. Later problems in the game, I don't see a lot of problems after that. The only thing that's going to hurt us is our speed. So in the Elite Four, something is going to outspeed us, and we just got to figure out how we're going to counter that. But giving this Pokemon some carbs to boost its speed, and giving it some calciums is going to be very useful. It's just how much do we have to give, and what's the end game going to look like. The end game is also going to be RNG based because we got to go first. Now, there is some ways to counter these things. One, Miracle Seed early. We can grab the Miracle Seed, which gives us a 10% boost in all of our grass type moves. So that's one thing we'll pick up early. We will pick up the Pink Bow as well and use that to help boost return when needed. That's going to be helpful. Never Melt Ice will help boost our Hidden Power Ice. So that'll be useful, but we also can get a thing called the Quick Claw. So since we're so slow, and pokey, I guess is the best way to put it, we're very slow. What will be very helpful for us is if we have the Quick Claw, which will activate sometimes, and we'll go first. And that'll help us in a couple battles. Some battles we'll have to repeat those battles until we get that kind of luck, because there's no way to change our speed. If this Pokemon had agility, absolutely would use that move, but to our advantage, but we don't have access to that. So there's not a lot of great things with this Pokemon. And this is going to lead into, I don't think it's going to be like a 3-hour playthrough. I think with the massive increase in stats with Sunflora, we're going to see a drastic change in how fast we're going to progress through the game. It's still going to be a slog because we're probably going to take over 30 minutes to get by the first 2 gyms. And then from there, I think we will go at a much more progressive pace. But I still think it's going to be around 2 hours and 30 minutes. There's just no way we get this done faster than that. Not starting out with Sunkern. Now with Sunflora, that's going to be a different discussion. because with starting out with better stats and having a physical move like Pound may be the difference maker, because we don't have to always use the resisted move. We can just use a neutral move. So that will be a factor. But that's our prediction. It's a little bit longer prediction because there's so much things to go over with this Pokemon. I am very excited to play through this Pokemon, though. It's going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And this is JD's Nerdiverse. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday.